Hi everyone, my name is Joseph-Antoine Migdalani. Today I am with Karim Zakir, our portfolio manager, and welcome to our quarterly web capsule. So today, Karim, there's a couple of things we would like to talk about. First of all, let's discuss about 2024. It was an incredible year. It's important to discuss about it. And to also look at 2025. Where are we looking to go, and are the market too expensive? Let's have a brief conversation over that. And at the end of the video, I will take some time to discuss about the new contribution for the TFSA, RRSP, FHSA, and the clawback finally. So I'll give you the microphone. Let's go with 2024, Karim.
Well, hello everyone. I just want to say 2024, yes, was a good year. Markets did well in general, depending what market you're looking at. But your portfolio, for the portfolios that are discretionary, where you give us the mandate to manage on your behalf, the conservative portfolio performed at 12%. The balanced portfolio performed at approximately a little over 14%. Growth portfolio did 16%, a little over that, and the max growth did a little over 20%.
Wow.
And this is all net of fees, by the way. So it's been a good year, 2024. And I have to say, 2023, the performances were quite similar to 2024. So if you recall, and I invite anybody who's interested to go back and visit our web capsules of January 2023 and January 2024, where we forecasted good years. And many people were pessimistic about it, and rightly so. There's the war with Russia and the Ukraine. There's that terrible war with Israel and Gaza. I mean, this creates a lot of pessimism. There's a lot of talk about inflation, issues with our economy, political issues, whatnot. At the end of the day, it ended up being two very good years.
Absolutely. And what are you looking for in 2025? Are the market too expensive? What do you think about that?
Okay, let's put some clarity to the markets. If you look at the S&P 500, 7 of the 500 companies that represent the index have been doing very well for 2 years.
Absolutely.
The Magnificent Seven, the technology, all because of the artificial intelligence craze. 493 of those companies have not been doing quite well. And actually, since last November 2024 until about early January, a lot of stocks actually corrected. They went from minus 10 to minus 25%. Good companies, well-managed companies have corrected. If you pick the right companies, I believe 2025 could be a very good year. I actually forecast another good year for 2025. Remember, the Max 7s represent 30% of the index, and the other 70% hasn't really performed.
It's true.
So this is going to be a stock picker's market. It will not be an index type of market, and this is where we pick and choose companies with the best management, low debt, and high probability of profits. So I'm looking forward to 2025. In addition to that, we've got government deregulation that's going on in front of us, due to the fact that politically North America is shifting to the right. And when you go to the right, you tend to focus on deregulation, lower taxation, and more favorable to businesses, small, medium, and large businesses. So that in that sense, it could be good for the markets. In addition to that, you've got the adoption of artificial intelligence, which is going to really set a lot of companies on the right track for increased profitability. In particular, the healthcare industry should do very well. However, expect price choppiness. I mean, the market never is in a straight line. So the key is to own good businesses, own good financial assets, but remain invested. And so let's see where it takes us till the end of the year, but I'm quite positive.
Excellent, well explained. And finally, with the new president of United States, we discuss and we hear and we talk about tariff. Is it going to affect Canada?
It's hard to say to what extent it's going to affect us. The President of the United States is a negotiator. He starts at a high bar and hopes to land somewhere at the bottom or in the middle. And so, for instance, he was talking about imposing tariffs on China of 60%. Now he's reduced it down to 10%. Now he's imposing Mexico and Canada tariffs of 25%. I don't think they're going to be 25% across the board. They may be 5, maybe 10%. We'll see what happens on that front. But what's going to help us a lot is the fact that the Canadian dollar is very weak. So even though he imposes tariffs, with a weak Canadian dollar, it should help us out somewhat in continuing to trade. So I'm not the doom and gloom kind of person. A lot of people are doom and gloom about tariffs, and I think we're going to work it out. And this is where the tariffs will be imposed on products, but not necessarily on services.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have to own businesses that provide services more than manufacturing products. So I don't think it's going to be difficult. And I'll also mention that capital goes where it grows. Okay, so if the capital, if it's going to grow in the U.S., guess what's going to happen? A lot of money is going to flow to the U.S. Canada has to reduce regulation as much as possible and let capital grow here. So that's another challenge for our governments. We'll see what transpires, but I'm hopeful again for 2025.
Thank you so much, Kareem. And let me finish with the new contribution limits for 2025. Let's start with the TFSA. So you could put $7,000 in 2025 for your TFSA. And if you never contributed into a TFSA, you could put up to $102,000 in your TFSA. For the RRSP for 2024, the maximum contribution is $31,560. You have until March 1st of this year, 2025, to contribute. But we always recommend to make a contribution before the limit.
As possible.
Exactly. And finally, the FHSA, you can put another $8,000 for this year. If you never contributed, well, you have a limit of $40,000 for this account for helping you to buy the first property. But for 2023, the account was created in 2023. So 2023, 2024, 2025, it's $8,000 a year for a total of $24,000. Finally, for our clients that are at retirement, it's important to discuss about the clawback of the OAS. If you have an annual income that is over $93,454, you will have to pay back a little bit of your OAS. So make sure that you don't go over that limit due to the importance of...
This is where, Joseph, exactly. This is where it's important to put the right investments in the right accounts to lower your tax bite.
Exactly.
To have less declarable income. Many individuals don't do that and end up paying more tax than they should and lose benefits. So something to consider.
Absolutely, and we can help you putting a strategy into places. So don't hesitate to reach out.
Thank you, everyone. We wish you all a wonderful 2025. Lots of health and happiness to you and your family, and looking forward to continuing to work with you. Bye.